Bri here, back with a tour of my latest build. This time it's my version of a log cabin designed for outdoor retreat that I've called Tru-Log cabin. I'll explain why as we go along with the tour, but here's a little glimpse of it nestled into the beautiful woods of Granite Falls, EA's new vacation world for The Sims 4. Before we zoom in and take a closer look, I want to discuss what motivated me to design the home the way that I did. First, here was my inspiration. It's a cabin by Land's End Development, and I really fell in love with the stone and woodwork. Now, as to the motivation, EA released several new objects with the game pack, but surprisingly few wall styles. I just want to pop into a little build that I did and show you guys the one and only wall style that they devoted to simulating the look of a log cabin. And there it is. And to me, it just looks like striped wallpaper. Let me find a time of day to show you guys a little bit better here. The morning is a little too shadowy. There we go, so the afternoon. So there it is, and if you zoom in a little, you can see that there is a texture going on here. It just looks to me more like knife carving in the wood. There's no sense of roundness to these logs, if they're supposed to be logs. It just was not what I had hoped for, and it actually gets worse the darker the color you use. I'll show you here. This dark brown is especially, to me, reminds me of striped pajamas or something. It's just not at all what I'd hoped for. What people have done is they've used this style or another non-log cabin style, and they have used this little decor object, this little knob that sticks out. They've put it along the corners of the home. You can see I'm doing it there to demonstrate. I'm not doing a very good job. Other people have done a much better job of this, but to give the idea of these logs poking out, and I think you get the idea there. And that's how people have kind of worked around this lack of realistic log siding. But I just was not satisfied with doing something like this. It was not going to turn out to be the way I wanted. So I'll show you how I went about doing my own thing. So we'll go back into my Tru-Log cabin build. I've got it in Willow Creek because it's just easier to do the build mode stuff than in the vacation world. And you can see that, in my opinion, the siding looks a little bit more log cabin-y, and I just wanted to show you guys how I arrived at doing this. I was basically having a look at EA's new objects, and in particular the siding, the seating. There are some benches and some chairs, and I started laying them out to have a closer look at them. And as I was doing that, I was realizing, oh, these definitely have more of a log look. I wonder if there's some way I can position them such that I could simulate siding. And with the new mood sheet that we've got, the ability to stack objects, I did exactly that. And you can see, aha, that's kind of the aha moment. I can stack these up and put them against the wall or into the wall, and it should look like siding. The other fun thing that I found was the new garbage can actually has a stone pattern to it, and I was looking to get a stone column. The new column that they gave us was just another wood column, pretty skinny, and these stacked garbage cans made what I think is a really nice looking stone column. So you can see that they are stacked garbage cans. The other thing I did was I used a stone bench to ground those columns into the foundation, and also as terraces for the plants along the side of the foundation. Really love those objects. So it was quite a bit of fun to play with this and to sort of make the dream come to life, but it wasn't easy. The positioning of these objects that I used for the logs has to be very exact. And I also, as I was going along, thought, well, if I do the exterior, what's the interior look like? And the answer was not very pretty. I essentially had to duplicate all that work on the interior too, to have the logs look appropriate from both sides. And there's issues with positioning in that if you have the log too far in or too far out, they're totally different colors, and you have to also be concerned about, well, how close or how far out from the furniture in order to make it look right, questions like that. Same concerns on the outside, too far in and it's too dark, too far out, it's, different color, and you want it to sync up to the others. In the end it worked out though, and I'm also just showing you the little water feature that I built. Nothing too crazy here, just a pleasant little sort of fountain effect with a tiny little pond. But I think it looks pretty and the Sims can watch it from the porch. So let's hop back to Granite Falls and have a closer look at Tru-Log Cabin in its intended environment. This is the front entry of the property. I do have some Sims living here on their vacation right now, swinging over to the side. They seem to be enjoying it, but they should. It is not a cheap vacation home. It runs about $2,000 a day. So vacation or staycation, you might prefer it for a staycation. I know it's the type of home that I would actually like to live in. The backyard here, I set up a picnic area, bird bath, game table, tried to get some activities. And then this is the right side of the home. It's right up against the property line, so not a lot going on there, but tried to make each side of the home look relatively nice. And so that is it for the exterior of Tru-Log Cabin. I'm back to Willow Creek to do a walk through the interior. So ordinarily I would do it by cameraman mode, but it's so annoying to me to have that fade with the columns disappearing. And the interior is relatively small. This is a space that offers a lot. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's got full living and dining, but it is a tight space. So I'm actually going to show you the walkthrough in build mode, which is a little weird for me, but that way you don't lose the details with the fade. So you can see the kitchen there, got the refrigerator, and kind of the standard stuff. And over in this corner, it's kind of a split kitchen. Over in this area, we've got the stove and other knickknacks, try to give it that rustic feel, and you know, some artwork. So I try to make the most of every space, no matter how small it is. We've got our little dining area coming off of the kitchen, and then as we head on along, there's actually a small hallway here that I want to show you guys, just because I try to even put details in, you know, a tight space like that. Something special I tried to do in here was this enclosed bookshelf. Oh, we can see that we're missing a log up there. This is one of the annoying things with Moo, that sometimes a piece will go missing. Now, I've tested this thing over and over and nothing went missing. This is the first time I've seen it for a while. I will be double checking before I upload it that this piece is indeed there in the version I'm uploading. But there's how I go ahead and replace it. Just duplicate the object and plop it back up there where it goes. Moo is turned on right now, obviously. Anyway, that's the effect I was going for with the bookshelf. And I use my garbage can stone columns again to offset the fireplace area for the little living section. And then I also wanted to do a little den that comes off of that area that I'm going to show you in a second here. There it is. Just play with a little private area that has a bar and seating, and I was trying to do something fun with some objects there, blending them together to make kind of a cute little window space. And there's the bar, and you can see I struggle to show you guys the view because, again, it is a pretty small space. It's sometimes better seen from above, just like this little bathroom. It's a fully functioning bathroom. It's got the sink, it's got the shower and the toilet, but it's not a big space. Still, I tried to give it cute little touches like the lamps hanging down. The only thing to know about in that bathroom is that mirror it looks like a wall mirror, but it's not, and so it's not fully functional, but you can hop right over next door to use the mirror in the bedroom. This particular bedroom is small, but I tried to give it some romance, actually popping into live mode to show it to you a little bit more clearly for this room. Played around with the tree trunk objects there to kind of stack them and do tiered candles there. And then the plants. I tried to go with a lot of nature in this house wherever I could, because obviously outdoor retreat, nature, log cabin. Popping upstairs to show you, I don't think there's any reason up here why I need to stick in build mode. I don't think there's a problem with the fade on anything up here. Not a lot of columns or lights that we would miss. So let's pop into live to show you. It's just so much better in terms of showing off spaces. So this is the landing, and again, just little romantic touches here and there where I could. And this is the upstairs master. Again, using a lot of plants, using all of the new assets that we got in the game pack. I really love the furniture. The furniture I think they did a great job on. I wish there was more in line, like the desk. There weren't that many options to try to get a matching desk, so I actually tried to bring it in with the green color of the leggings as opposed to the actual color of the desk wood. Moving on, we can go into the upstairs bathroom that gets shared by the master and the kids' room. So I've got the bathtub with a little storage area I had fun building over there. Again, my garbage can columns to offset the sink. Possibly a little out of proportion because it's such a small sink, but too much fun to resist. And then of course the toilet area, and hope you don't mind sitting next to that exposed log work there. Things can't be entirely perfect with something like this. And then on to the kids' room. I wouldn't say it's romantic, but still touches of nature and playfulness. Used a blue theme in here. I think I like the blue with the really dark wood. And that about wraps up the interior of the build. So all that remains is to just give you guys a better feel for the property and the layout of the whole thing. And so here it is with the roofs up, and then we will drill down into the second floor and just the master bedroom, the bathroom, the kids' room, the landing. You can see that I added additional logs to do more woodwork to add interest to each room. And then we will pop down to the first floor, just a clearer view of the layout there. If you like Tru-Log Cabin and you're interested in getting it from the gallery, you can search for my hashtag Bry's Creations, and I'll also give you a link to the lot on the online gallery. There's a bit more of the porch that we didn't really look at too closely. Thank you for watching the video.